Order flow is a very powerful tool that helps traders get an understanding of what the expected move is in the market, whether it's to the upside or downside. If you see a lot of buying or a lot of selling, that really generates thrust and movement and aggression. You have an anticipated move in front of you. Order flow can also help you anticipate moves before the news even drops. Just like we saw with geopolitical tensions rising in the Middle East from June 12th into June 13th, we had a plethora of order flow that was really giving us some kind of suspicious understanding of what may actually happen, which prompted us to look for a swing to the downside without even knowing what the potential news was. And we got a 400-point drop on the NASDAQ. So at a certain point, we want to take a look at how delta develops, right? This is the footprint chart that we have in front of us, and the whole concept behind all this and taking these shorts was the creation of absorption into highs that continuously saw prices adding into that absorption, creating thousands of passive sellers into highs without moving higher. So generally, when we have absorption in the market, we have positive delta that stacks up in clusters. Once that cluster is created, multiple tests into that area generally allow buyers to get even more and more aggressive to allow prices to push higher. This was not the case on June 12th. On June 12th, we had clusters of positive delta trying to aggressively get in while passive selling was pushing prices down. But we couldn't necessarily really break down, but we also couldn't break up. So what does this mean? To not to confuse you, but as long as there's a plethora of passive selling that creates positive delta into the highs that cannot actually break higher, and they keep adding. In this case, you have hundreds and hundreds, thousands of lots that keep passively selling. This looks like an opportunity to find something that actually reverses into a swing perspective that turns things around, especially on NASDAQ. If I'm looking at the footprint, if I'm seeing orders, if we zoom in here, you see you have 1,000, 400, 300 positive delta, and all of a sudden prices keep rejecting and they keep adding hundreds and hundreds of lots. There's no expansion to the upside, which is telling me there's something very fishy going on. Normally on NASDAQ, heavy size on delta on the footprint chart is about 100, 120. And I'm starting to see thousands of lots that can't push higher, but they keep adding into it. This looks like a swing perspective because something is happening. Big players are repositioning and they're looking for some kind of potential downside move. It's not like they were just crashing prices during that session, but they were getting prepared for something that was eventually going to come out. So if you want to learn more about this, trade setups, and tackling those three major trade psychology traps, we have a PDF down below where you can learn more about these setups.